or do I? Is this music, right?
Ready?
Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day.
Good morning. Peace be with you. I can't let go of that Catholic stuff sometimes. Hey, it's all good. Because we are, or should be, walking in peace all the time. And I'm so glad that you have joined us today. And we're back live again. We weren't last week because we didn't have internet. But we tried to do a live stream thing, a Facebook live thing, and it semi-worked. So now we know we have that backup as an option. And we'll see about that. So I want to welcome everybody here today, everybody online, to Unity Spiritual Center, Georgetown. We are a positive path for spiritual living. We honor and draw from all paths to spirit because we understand that in the end, we are all one. And it's a beautiful paradox. The one expressing as the many. So we are both one and we are many. And it's a good dance. It's a beautiful dance. It's part of and today, if you saw the newsletter, I was going to talk about something else, and Monday morning I just got a flash about the rise of the phoenix. And I said, the rise of the phoenix? What's that? And so, talk a little bit about that. And it reinforces the idea. This is an old story. Goes way back. And it reinforces the idea that we truly are one. And there's something inside of us that we have a shared understanding or something. Because we tell the same stories over and over from the beginning of time. And the only real difference is the level of consciousness you are at when you see the story. This is why you could go back and reread a book. Jonathan Livingston Seagull. I went back one time, and I read it in the 70s. And I went back one time, and I said, I didn't remember that. But that's how it works, because now you're seeing things from a new and higher elevation. And that's the whole point. So I finished my story. I guess I can leave now. Now, we do come together to create what we call a sacred space. A sacred space is one in which we can just bathe in the energy field, because you understand that everything is energy. Everything is energy. We are energy. We appear to be this, but it's only an apparition. It's a concentration of energy that comes together in the form of you. I like to use the example of the hurricane. What's a hurricane? Condensed energy. That's all it is. Does it make physical alternations along the way? Yes, it does. But in the end, it's just energy, and that's what we are. And we're popping in and out of existence like photons. Only photons do it, a gazillion times a second, and we do it every, 150 years or whatever it is, 50 years or 100 years or whatever it is that we are blessed to have. So I've said enough already. I'd like for you to join me in our mission statement, like you mean it. We are a thriving spiritual community, inspiring and empowering individual and global transformation as exemplified by the life and teachings of Jesus and other spiritual masters. Once again, welcome to Unity Spiritual Center, Georgetown. We are a breath of fresh air. Our announcements.
Well-behaved sticks. If you're here for the first time, we'd like to give you a special welcome. We invite you to stand if you feel comfortable and tell us your name and where you're from. Do we have any first-timers? Ooh, it's all family. All right.
I want to welcome back Alice Gardner.
Yes, let's welcome back Alice.
If you don't know, Alice has been on a 4-month world cruise.
Wow.
And shared every moment of it with us on Facebook and loved it. Oh, the pictures. It was like being there with her. Thank you, Alice. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and move on with the announcements then, but glad everybody's family and we're here. Okay, in place of our usual Let's Get Metaphysical meeting on Wednesday, Dan. Thank you. It's just not Let's Get Metaphysical without Dan. We're morphing it into a Let's Get Metaphysical at the Sun City Labyrinth. Did you know Sun City had a labyrinth? That's so cool. Yeah, we're inviting all of Sun City to join us from 9:30 to 10 in the morning. This announcement will be posted on the electronic bulletin boards too. If you know of someone that might enjoy going with us, invite them. There are flyers on the welcome table, and that's a great way to meet and serve our community. Okay? Last week, we mentioned the Spirituality and Health magazine available through Unity. If you're interested in reading this physical and electronic magazine, send an email to the church so we know how much interest there is. That email address is unitygeorgetown@gmail.com. Now, there's going to be a test afterwards, so you might want to write that down.
Are there copies here, Renee? Oh, there's a couple of copies if you want to purchase
Yes,
one.
yes.
on the
Renee
way
brought a
out.
couple of
It's a donation.
copies. Okay. Okay, oh, here's a real fun one. You're going to enjoy this. One of our members has generously donated 5 nights at her timeshare at a beautiful resort in Marble Falls the week of Father's Day, and we're offering it as a raffle prize. There's a flyer in your sheets. That's what this was. Okay. And it gives you all the details. You can buy tickets. They're $25 each or $5 for $100, starting next week at our Sunday service. You can also check out additional tickets to offer to your friends or family. The drawing will be held on Sunday, June 1st, right after the service. Now let's have some fun and make it a successful fundraiser for our church. Okay? It does sound like fun, doesn't it? Yeah.
I mean, one ticket's going to win. It's going to be $25 is going to get you 5 nights there. Come on.
That's cool. Hey. A reminder that all services in May will be at the atrium, so we'll be right here next week and all of the Sundays in May. For those who checked out the newsletter link on Friday, you got a bit of a background on Reverend Tommy's lesson about the phoenix. Or perhaps you'd like to read it today after service. This is a helpful addition to go deeper into our spiritual learning and practice. If you've not subscribed to our newsletter, please see Carrie after service. And if you actually don't know who Carrie is, she the woman. Yeah. Okay, you can always stay in touch with us via our website, our Friday morning newsletter, or email us at unitygeorgetown@gmail.com. Beautiful, you guys. Yay. Okay, now for another fun one. Today is Birthday Sunday. We like to recognize and celebrate those in our Unity Georgetown family. You just like to see me dance, don't you, Dan? Okay. Anyways, cake will be served in the back after service, and if you'd like to stand, we'd like to celebrate you. So who's got birthdays in May? Come on, stand up. Woohoo! All right.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday,
dear May babies.
happy birthday
to you. Today is Shawia's birthday. Happy birthday, Shawia. Okay. All right, that was all the announcements. Thank you very much. There was something else I was supposed to show you guys. Oh, yeah. By the way, there is documents over here on the welcome table that show you how to find the labyrinth. So for Let's Get Metaphysical, if you'd like, you can pick up a little document on the table. Sorry, I forgot.
So, you know, we like to start with a little bit of humor, because humor I equate to kind of getting off the static. You know, you pick up static walking around the world. And
It's okay.
Humor kind of, you shake it off because it kind of gets you open to. So Dan's he said he had a good one for us today.
Okay, there are no bad words in this joke.
Good.
That's all I'm going to say. So this poultry farmer goes into the bar, orders a bottle of champagne. And there's a lady sitting next to him at the bar, and she notices that. She says, "Excuse me, did you just order champagne?" He said, "Yeah." She says, "What a coincidence." "So did I." She said, "Why are you drinking champagne?" He said, "I'm celebrating." "What a coincidence." "So am I." She said, "Could I ask what it is you're celebrating?" He said, "I'm a poultry farmer, and I haven't been able to get my hens to lay fertilized eggs. But for the last 2 weeks, they're only laying fertilized eggs, every one of them." She said, "What a coincidence. My husband and I have been trying to have a baby for the longest time, and I just came from the doctor, and he says that I'm pregnant." She said, "Do you mind if I ask how you got your hens to lay fertilized eggs?" He said, "I got a different rooster." She said, "What a coincidence."
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah, this is a church, by the way. Let's rise and begin with our first song.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me know that love is all around.
Let me know that love is all around.
Oh, let me know that love is all around.
Let me know that
me love, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me know that love is all around.
Let me know that love is all around.
Oh, let me know that love is all around.
Let me know that love is all around.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Wow, I just love to feel the energy and the joy and the love that is in this place. This morning we're going to, instead of opening with the crystal bowl, we're going to open with a crystal triangle. So as you let the vibrations fill every cell in your body, just settle in. Open your hearts and your minds so that as a loving community, we begin our sacred service.
Today's daily word is compassion. The affirmation is, I clothe myself in thoughts of compassion. The inspiration for today's daily word comes from Colossians 3:12. Clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, meekness, and patience. I may struggle to feel compassionate, especially when I feel angry. If another's hurtful words or hostile actions seem cruel or unjust, I may feel tempted to respond in kind. However, striking back does not end conflicts, nor heal relationships. Instead, as I turn within and feel the Christ mind dissolve my anger, I feel calm. At those breakthrough moments, I remember anger doesn't satisfy anyone or solve problems. Regardless of how justified I may feel expressing my upset, it is within my power to choose compassion instead. I will not reciprocate others' hostility. I will instead look beyond their anger to see their struggles. I need not approve their choices to see them as children of God today and every day. Please read the affirmation with me twice. I clothe myself in thoughts of compassion. I clothe myself in thoughts of compassion.
God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Joy is my source. Joy is my power. Joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Joy gives me everything I need. Peace is my source. Peace is my power. Peace gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Peace gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need.
Good morning. Now it's time to share some wisdom of the world. And today we have a poem by John O'Donohue, a Scottish scholar. And it's entitled A Blessing of Solitude. May you recognize in your life the presence, power, and light of your soul. May you realize that you are never alone, that your soul in its brightness and belonging connects you intimately with the rhythm of the universe. May you have respect for your own individuality and difference. May you realize that the shape of your soul is unique, that you have a special destiny here, that behind this facade of your life, there's something beautiful, good, and eternal happening. May you learn to see yourself with the same delight, pride, and expectation with which God sees you every moment. And now share with me our statements of being and vision. There is only one presence and one power active in the universe in our life. God, the good, omnipotence. Centered in oneness, we co-create a world of love, peace, and abundance. And now we'll have an inspirational song.
I hear the music down in my soul. I hear the music down in my soul. I hear the music down in my soul. And the whole wide world is my home. I've got a new day down in my soul. I got a new day down in my soul. I've got a new day down in my soul. And the whole wide world is my home. And I love the silence down in my soul. I love the silence down in my soul. I love the silence down in my soul. And the whole wide world is my home. I feel the power down in my soul. I feel the power down in my soul. I feel the power down in my soul. And the whole wide world is my home. Oh, yes, it is. And the whole wide world is my home.
Thank you. That song was so appropriate. Helps me calm down. So now it's time for our community prayers. And after that, we'll follow with a meditation. So the prayers that we have this morning are meant to encompass all of us, to bring us to a center and a place of peace with situations or people that may be going on in our life that seem to be drawing our attention and a focus away from our essence, which is true love. So at this time, let's just settle down. If you're comfortable, put your hand on your heart. And quietly for a few seconds, bring to mind and to your heart those situations and conditions and people who may need prayer. And now let's bring our attention and focus back to this room for another minute. And then we will take time to settle in and lead you into your own meditation for about 2 minutes. And then Reverend Tommy will bring us back to attention.
are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are, and all you do is a blessing to the world. I am the heart, I am the hands, I am spirit, spirit on earth, and who I am, and all I do is a blessing to the world. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth, and who we are, and all we do is a blessing to the world.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Ellen. Thank you, Unity Georgetown. You are a blessing to the world indeed. The Rise of the Phoenix, a legend of rebirth, transformation, and immortality. 2 weeks ago was my first week, my return to Unity Georgetown. It was also Easter Sunday, a day in which we celebrate the idea of rebirth, transformation, and immortality. In the big picture scheme of things, when all is said and done, Easter, and in fact springtime, because it's still springtime, is a reminder of life's eternal cycles. So is the message of the Phoenix. It is clear, for every ending, there is a new beginning. And not only a new beginning, but an ever greater one. A reminder that life is an ever-expanding awareness into a higher state of being, continually. When Jesus was asked what the kingdom of heaven was like, he answered in the parables of the mustard seed and the yeast, with examples of things that grow, that expand. He said, the kingdom of heaven is like a mustard seed, which a man took and planted in his field. Though it is the smallest of all seeds, yet when it grows, it is the largest of garden plants and becomes a tree. Then he compared heaven to yeast, because yeast expands as it's being evolving into bread. Jesus was a master teacher. He picked these examples for a reason. So what do you think the message is here? It is that, like these two examples, the kingdom of heaven starts small within each person, but eventually encompasses the entire world. To be clear, that's not to say that heaven within us is ever small, because it is infinite, of course. It means that our understanding of heaven starts small and grows as we open up ourselves to the presence. Unity co-founder Charles Fillmore said that we are always living our consciousness, and of course we are. We cannot see the world in any other way except in the way that our consciousness allows us to do so. Your universe is exactly as big as the lens that you are looking through. Remember, we don't see the world as it is. We see the world as we are. My point today is that the resurrection story of Easter is not a new story. Far from it. The story goes back to the beginning of time. And in fact, nothing about the Easter story or even the Christian story is new. Nothing. Not the virgin birth, not the miracle healings, not the resurrection, not the ascension. There are stories of these things all over, everywhere, even in the Bible itself, of ascensions. Even Enoch ascended. So Elijah, I believe, ascended as well. So those of you who have eyes to see and ears to hear, you got to ask the question, what do these stories that have found throughout all history and throughout all cultures, what are they saying? What is the bigger picture here? What is the common denominator? And the first thing is that the message of oneness, that we are all one and that we have similar experiences as we evolve through our spiritual journey. And the second is our consciousness, exactly, the degree of your unfolding. Once, when asked by the Pharisees when the kingdom of heaven would come, Jesus said, the kingdom of heaven is not something that can be observed, nor will people say, here it is or there it is, because the kingdom of heaven is in your midst. Also sometimes translated as among us. Jesus was clearly saying that the kingdom of heaven is right here and right now. It always has been. It always will be. The only question is, can you see it? Do you have the spiritual eyes to see it? Easter, I talked about Unity Georgetown coming out of our wilderness now. Both times that I've come back here, we're coming out of a wilderness. And that was my intention this week, to talk about the wilderness. Because it seems that the human experience is quite filled with wilderness experiences. Sometimes they're small. You know, you lost your job, or you broke up with a girlfriend, whatever, And sometimes they're big. But it's a topic worth talking about. And I was going to do this week, except Monday morning, I sat down with a cup of coffee. I sit in the back porch because it's nice and cool. I got the shade back there. And I started the idea of writing about the wilderness. And then I got a thought that came out of nowhere. But it caught my attention. So I set the wilderness lesson aside for now. And the thought that I got was the rise of the phoenix. And I said, the rise of the phoenix? Where did that come from? And momentarily, I got sidetracked. You know, sometimes you get sidetracked. I started thinking, where do thoughts come from, by the way? Are they mine? Do I create them? And if I create them, how do I create them? I have no idea. Or is it like walking around a library and you're looking at all the titles in the book? And I saw one that said, The Rise of the Phoenix. I said, oh, this is interesting. Let's see this one. I don't know how it works, but I got it. And then I kind of snapped out of it and said, stay focused. Get back to the Phoenix. Leave that woo-woo stuff for LGM. So I looked up the story of the Phoenix. And most of you know me by now, and I just have an insatiable appetite for learning. So every time I see a word, for example, that I don't know, I got to look it up. I just got to look it up. I can't stand it. I got to do it. So, of course, I looked up the story, even though I knew nothing about it. Because, I had heard of the Phoenix. Perhaps you're the same way. I mean, you're familiar with the basic idea, but you have no idea about its origin, its content, the meaning, nothing. So I looked it up, and it's a relevant story. Last week, I also talked about my return here at Unity Georgetown is like I'm a big football fan, I keep saying it, like a new NFL football season. It is. And we got a new start with new people. We got some rookies, and then we got some return people who got some veterans. So the NFL season, a new season in the NFL means one thing, a return to fundamentals, a return to the basics. So I said, I'm going to do a certain amount of returning to the basics because I know that Esther, my new friend over there, is relatively new to our Unity stuff, and she's kind of like, how does that work again? So I got to think about Esther, and I got to think about those guys that are way out there. You're ready to make that shift, man. That big jump into a wide universal consciousness. We're all in between. So in the welcome, sometimes I say that we have a unique approach to spirituality, and we do. But what does that mean exactly? I mean, how would you explain such a thing to somebody who is new? Well, the whole thing is that, my stuff, our teachings, we say that life begins from the inside out. That's one of our fundamental teachings, that what we are seeing in the world is a reflection of our consciousness. And it seems contradictory. I also said that I was a teacher, not a preacher. And it's kind of contradictory to say that because now I'm kind of suggesting that there's an external source of knowledge out there somewhere. Until we realize that educate comes from a Latin word. And the word means to draw out. It doesn't mean to put stuff into your head. It means to draw stuff out of you. Which is interesting, because Plato said a very similar thing. He said, all knowledge is recollection. It's in there. And so in that case, the teacher, the person speaking, me in this case, is only triggering that which is already in you. And you're going, yeah, okay, that makes sense. I got it. So these are old stories that are within us. And that's why they resonate with us sometimes. The story of the phoenix is one such story. Now, let's begin with the origin. I had two different prints, and one of them said it started in Egypt. One of them said it started in Greece. It doesn't matter. The point is, that story was in the Greek and in the Egyptian and in the Roman and in the Chinese mythology. It was everywhere. And this was long ago. It is a theme of rebirth, of transformation, of immortality. That's always been the story. And I keep saying it all the time. They're the same stories. The thing that changes, as I said to Kim this morning, is what level of consciousness are you seeing the story from now? And that's what we talked about, like in spiral dynamics and things. So early in our human journey, we were in that magical state where we saw things magically. So they created the story, because we are story writers. We are. And we created this story about this creature who had all this hope, all this, and of course it wasn't a real bird, it was a legend. And we're told about this creature. But I want to try to blend that old story with our 21st century lens that we're looking through. And just listen to some of the comparisons and see what you think. Keep an open mind about the whole matter. The story begins by saying, long ago, in the cradle of civilization, right away, what's the first image that comes to your mind? The Garden of Eden. Right away. The beginning of humanity, a question that has puzzled us from the beginning. Where did we come from? I've said that before. I don't know. There's all kinds of options, theories. Where did we come from? And then it says, when chaos reigned supreme and the primordial deities fought for control. Wow. So there's that reference in the spiral dynamics thing about being in that red ego consciousness where you want to fight for control. Control is important to you. It's a very low level spiritual awareness, but it's there. It's kind of a fall from grace. So they're trying to explain not only where we came from, but they're trying to explain why is there evil? What's the deal here? They're basic questions. And then it speaks of the initial darkness and the rebirth and the birth of the light. So light is born into the darkness, and where we had that before. In Genesis 1, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and God said, "Let there be light," and there was. So there's a similar story. It's a story of darkness and the light coming into the darkness. Into the darkness, that's right. Similarities, of course, but why? Because these stories were everywhere in all the cultures, and it's very likely that the gospel writer who wrote Genesis was familiar with the story. Except now he's trying to apply that story to the Judeo world of seeing things. And the two stories kind of blend together, but it's the same story. And then it says, the Phoenix story continues saying, the creature was imbued with the power of life and renewal, destined to wander the world as a symbol of hope and resilience, bringing warmth to the cold, light to the darkness, and hope to the despairing hearts. What did Jesus say? You are the light of the world. It's that symbolism of this spirit within us being the light of the world. But this hope and mission of the Phoenix, it says, comes with a caveat. He says, they told the Phoenix, when your time comes, you shall embrace death, only to rise anew from your ashes, brighter and stronger than before. So the Phoenix accepted that fate. And I've talked about that before. When we decided, and I think we decided, we made the decision to come to planet Earth, we were shown a contract. And the contract, it said, there's going to be problems. It's going to get bumpy, and there are going to be some times when things turn difficult. But what did we do? Said, that's okay, I'll sign. And here we are. Why? Because 'tis better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. It's the experience. So he begins his journey, it says, the Phoenix. It says, singing its song, awakening slumbering seeds, bringing forth vibrant blooms. Yeah, that message of hope that flowers everything, your mind especially. Yet the journey of the Phoenix, it says, is not without challenges. It finds itself at odds with the forces of darkness. Uh-oh, you got to add the mystery into the whole thing. And then it says, then came the real challenge. The Phoenix's brilliance did not go without notice. Nyx, the primordial goddess of the night, grew envious of the creature. How dare you illumine my domain? You know, one of those things. Who are you? So she got together with this other guy named Erebus, the god of darkness. And they came up with a plan to trap the Phoenix and end its running around with a ray of hope in it. How dare you come into our darkness like that? So they created a trap. And one moonless night, it says, the Phoenix was caught. And for the first time, it experienced fear. And so, and I thought, are you Superman fans? I'm a Superman fan. Same thing with, see, it's the same story. This thing, Superman coming from another planet with his extraordinary powers, but there's something, there's that kryptonite. There's always something that wants to fight against you. And so the Phoenix had the same experience. And eventually it succumbed to its injuries. But, he said, before summoning the last of its strength, it ignited its core, unleashing a fiery explosion that shattered the shadowy prison. Shattered the shadowy prison. Whew. Say that 5 times. Yeah. And so it was gone into ashes. Now get this. See, we've heard this before. 3 days later. 3 days later, a spark ignited from this, and from this emerged the reborn Phoenix, the firebird. The Olympian god Zeus was very impressed with the Phoenix's resilience and welcomed it as an honored guest. But Hera, I guess I would be his friend, viewed the Phoenix with suspicion and decided to test the bird's loyalty. So she presented the Phoenix with a golden cage adorned with jewels and promises of eternal comfort. What does that sound like? Jesus being tempted by the devil. Exactly. But the Phoenix was wise enough, saw the cage as a trap, and turned away, choosing freedom and purpose over gilded captivity. In the end, the Phoenix's story is not without sorrow. It says, it bore witness to the wars of mortals, the betrayal of friends, the fleeting nature of human life. Each time it died and was reborn, it carried the weight of these memories, its song echoing in the joys and sorrows of countless lives. Even today, the Phoenix inspires people across the world, seems as a beacon of light, of hope, a reminder that no matter how dark the night, the dawn will always come. Can I get a little music down, please? So I want to take a few moments now just to kind of contemplate this story, this ancient tale. We open ourselves up to the stories of old. They are stories that live inside of us. Stories that remind us of who and what we truly are. It is the classic story told over and over of this infinite journey on which we are on. A journey filled with countless challenges. A journey filled with wondrous discovery. A journey filled with love and sorrow. A journey filled with laughs and tears. But in the end, the story of the phoenix, like the story of Jesus or the story of us, is a reminder of the cycles of rebirth, of transformation, and ultimately of immortality. We give thanks for the journey as we continue down this eternal path. And so it is.
I am light, I am light. 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 I am not the things my family did. I am not the voices in. I am not the pieces of a brokenness inside. I am light. 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 Ooh. I am light. I am light. I am light. I am light. I am not mistakes that I have made, or any of the things that cause me pain. I am not the pieces of a dream I left behind. I am light. 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 I am not the color of my eyes. I am not the skin on the outside. I am not my age, my gender, or my race. My soul inside is all love. You are light, you are light. You are light, you are light. You are divinity inside. You are the God who's God defined. We are the stars, a piece of it all. We are all light, all light. We are light.
Oh, boy. Man, I was just sitting there just being in that zone. Thank you, Shonda and Kim and Dan, all of you. So now comes a time in our service when we offer our gifts, our tithes to our spiritual community so that we can continue to do the work of spreading love and light and love and compassion to this world so that we can be the light that the phoenix was and is. So we take our tithes in our hands and together we say, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give in love and I trust God.
Everything I see, everything I do is blessed by your hand, God. I give it back to you. Everything I give, every thought that's true is magnified and kind, God. I'll give it back to you.
Join me in our offering and dedication. We bless and dedicate these tithes and offerings as an expression of divine love, and we release them to manifest their love in our community and in our world. And we send our blessings to the children of the world and the entire world. We love you. We bless you. We appreciate you. And we behold the Christ you are. Reminders. Prayer chaplain today is Ellen. There she is. And don't forget, we'll be at the Labyrinth this Wednesday. What time? 9:30, okay. Also, there's cake in the back. We have 1 hour exactly to get out of here. While we pack, you can be eating and packing and stuff at the same time. Next week, service is here once again. And I announced it, Tom Horn and Dan will be performing at a house concert on the 22nd over at Michael Ray's house. If you're familiar with Michael Ray, they call it the Art of Spirit series. There you go. I've been there a couple of times. It's awesome. Sean has been there. I believe. Have you been there, Kim? I'm not sure. Okay. Yeah. So it's pretty cool. And so that's the 22nd, and you need to sign up because it's a house and limited seating and this, that, and the other. Also, it's a bring your own, potluck thing and just, a tip jar for our friends here. So anyway, I believe, is there anything else, Therese? Don't think so? Okay. Well, then, I have to thank everybody, all the volunteers that helped. And I want to particularly say thank you to Jerry. Where's Jerry? Oh, there you are, Jerry. Jerry got here real early with me, and we were setting up chairs. And thank you, Jerry. Anyway, so let's rise and end with our peace song.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me, let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. I am light. I am love. I am power. I am presence. I am. Next week is Mother's Day. Therese will be giving a talk because I don't want to be up here on Mother's Day. I give it to the mothers all the time. So.